Good morning, everyone. It's great to have you joining us for today's hearing on compensation and pension exams at the Department of Veterans Affairs. Since this subcommittee's last hearing on C&P exams, VA appears to have made some progress, but I'm concerned that there may be lingering effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, and the passage of the PACT Act last year is certainly already showing up in the backlog of exams. The C&P exam is a critical step in the disability claims process. C&P exam findings are frequently used to decide whether VA will grant a veteran disability benefits. Ensuring these exams are conducted accurately and in a timely manner is critical to ensuring that veterans have a streamlined and reliable process so they can receive their deserved benefits as soon as possible. In our last hearing on C&P exams, VA indicated that its goal was to get the inventory of pending exam requests down from the 350,000 they were seeing at the time to a working level of about 140,000. Now, the latest data we've received indicates that the number of pending exams is still over 300,000. At the same time, we're aware that contract exam providers are still conducting over 90% of the exams, and this underscores the need for congressional oversight to ensure that veterans are satisfied and that taxpayer dollars are not being wasted. Now, I hear from veterans all the time. I hear countless stories, actually, of veterans who've had abysmal experiences trying to schedule an examination with VA contractors. One veteran in my district said that a contractor simply told him that he needs to show up for an appointment on August 30th, provided no additional information or location for the appointment, and it took a conference call between our office and the contractor to get to the bottom of this and get the veteran the information that they needed. And this kind of experience is just unsatisfactory. We also need to hear today from VA's witnesses about a solid plan for how they intend to get the number of pending exams down, utilizing all resources at VA's disposal, including contract providers and VHA providers. The timeliness of these exams is also a major contributor to VA's claims backlog, claims that have been pending for more than 125 days. Data the committee has received from VA shows that the claims backlog has risen from 77,000 at the beginning of the pandemic to over 250,000 as of last week, which is almost a third of the 871,000 claims currently being processed by VA. The committee has heard from VA that VHA and the contract exam providers have capitalized on the lessons learned from the pandemic and are maximizing the use of telehealth technology where appropriate. This is mostly used in mental health exams, but I imagine that it's far more convenient for the veterans than having to drive dozens or even hundreds of miles for an appointment. I hope that VA continues to research ways to maximize the use of teletechnology to facilitate exams for veterans where possible. While the growing number of pending exams is a major concern, we must also talk about the quality of these exams. Recent reports from the Government Accountability Office and the VA Office of Inspector General have raised some concerns about how VA assesses the quality of exams and what is done once exams are deemed inaccurate. I'm also incredibly concerned that decisions are being made about veterans' benefits before those exams' quality are checked by VA. What happens if the exam leads a rating official to grant benefits inappropriately? Many veterans cannot afford to have benefits clawed back after the fact. So we need to have confidence that when a rating decision is made, it is made using complete and accurate medical information. I hope to hear how VA is guaranteeing that the exams used to decide benefits are complete and accurate. This subcommittee has a long history of oversight of the C&P exam process. This isn't the first conversation that we've had about the quality of exams. We've heard that VA has taken appropriate steps to improve oversight, but I hope to hear from GAO and OIG whether they agree with VA's assessment of its oversight. A part of this conversation that I really don't want to get lost in this is that the process is meant to help veterans. As I've already made clear, I've heard stories from veterans about how the C&P exam process can be inconvenient, cumbersome, and inaccessible for some veterans. One veteran in my district in New Hampshire talked about getting an appointment scheduled for him more than 5 states away in Illinois. And there are cascading effects from contractors not communicating well with veterans in a transparent and timely manner. Another constituent of mine submitted a claim but didn't receive a response for 2.5 months. Upon submitting an inquiry on his behalf, VA responded that while they received his claim, the contractor stated they couldn't schedule the examination and therefore the request was canceled. All this can be incredibly frustrating to our veterans, and what the contractor failed to add in that particular case is that there was a scheduling conflict with the date proposed. The contractor's customer service representative didn't even offer him the option to reschedule that appointment. So expecting a veteran to navigate this confusing process or even travel halfway across the country is just ridiculous, and I expect better of VA and contractors in providing these exams. So I look forward to hearing from our witnesses today, and I yield back, Mr. Chairman.